weird ass, like, 10:50, 10:45, 10, whatever, his lunch is at the strangest time. Like, seriously? It's still the morning. So then I've got to make another meal then, and, you know, and out of school and dinner and just snacks in between, and like, basically it's pretty constant. Apparently it's pretty luxurious for a kid just to like go to the cafeteria, you know, food is just made, and they keep the exact same schedule, so in that space of time, I've got to make something happen, a hot lunch happen. Anyway, I'm not bitching. I've spent more time with my son in this weird time than I ever have before in my life, and frankly, that's truly a blessing. So for that, I'm grateful. However, and I still love to cook, like I said, but man, sometimes I'm just like, nope. You know, my girl will come over and, you know, I'll have a meal set up to prepare, and she'll start, and she's like, you gonna help? And I'm like, I'd rather not. I'd let you get this one. What about you? Oh, we built studios. We both built audio studios in our homes. That's not really a hobby. It's more, I guess that's more our job. But we're forced to get up to broadcast quality. And yeah, maybe it's gonna happen, but not necessarily when I had no money for that. Anyway, but it helped the money to start me back in. So.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of nice to be able to just walk together.
Certainly is. I often am not fully quotable for my session.
I usually, you know, yoga.
Underwear and a tank top?
Yeah. I ordered a lot of
You gotta turn the AC on, so it's hot in right now.
There's a lot of house pants that are ordered online for me.
House pants?
Yeah, like cute, like just like comfy pants.
I love terms like house pants. It reminds me a little bit of hand snacks. Like, yeah, I'm wearing my house pants eating some hand snacks.
Your house pants. Now we're gonna go hang out, and then we're just gonna be.
Yeah, no, why would you not be wearing your comfy pants? It was real. I had to go to. It's a little bit sad, but it was a lot sad actually. Last weekend I had to go to a funeral of one of my old friends, and it was the first time that I had to get dressed up in that way, and you know, as long as I can remember. And it's truly bizarre. I talked to my buddy who was also going to the funeral. He was in Austin. He's a personal trainer, and he's continued to work. But he, like he barely put on anything other than like exercise clothing for over a year. You know, because that's the company clothing, and also, you know, he is training people to exercise all the time. I'm trying to exercise, and he doesn't have that.
I have the Peloton app, and that's how it works out.
I did find that about half my suits no longer fit.
Really? Could look at that too.
I put on some weight.
Well, you can't tell.
Oh, thank you. It's all in the way.
Hobby. I don't know if it's a hobby. It's probably like a bad habit, but I got like kind of into like survival games. I remember like having a gamer before, but my stepkids had an Xbox in their room, and
what's an example of a survival game?
it's like you're just out there, like no objective.
What do you play?
Oh, it's called my favorite. God, my stepkids think it's like one of the boring things in the world. I love it. It's called The Long Dark.
Oh wait, I've heard of this. Is it black and white?
No, it's just like you're just in Canada, like in this deserted mountain area, and you just have to walk around in circles. And it's beautiful, and you just get to find like all these little like abandoned homes and stuff. And you go and you raid them, and then you build fires and you find clothes. And
so it's basically like Red Dead Redemption, except people aren't shooting at you.
right. Well, you're supposed to be able to like fight off wolves and like wildlife and build weapons, but there's a setting where you can turn that off.
You turn off the conflict?
Yes, because I just want to walk the mountains and camp and build things and find things. It's so great. I love it. It's my favorite. And like the kids barely want me to do it. They're just like, why? Why'd you turn the wolves off? Because it stresses me out. Because I don't want to be stressed. I don't understand how people like play these games and they want to get so stressed out and like, I can't. I just want to build a fire and a little snow cone to keep us warm. It's so great, all the long dark.
You're right about the stressed out thing. My son gets so freaking stressed out about games. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Seriously?
It's stressful.
You're enjoying that?
Yeah. It's like,
Yes.
you're like, it really makes you feel stuff. I get it.
I attempt to, and then I just don't have time.
Right.
Typically.
See, unless you're coding, I never do, but
I mean,
it is.
yeah, theoretically I should have time, right? But it's all like cooking. Dang it.
Right? Typically make food.
Dang it, good job.
Anyway, I'm a boring gamer. Hey, what's up?
Word. More questions? Anyone? Jennifer.
Is there anything you picked up during the pandemic that you want to continue post-pandemic? Whether it's like an extension of maybe a hobby or something like you want to keep masks or anything like that you'd like to continue? Comfy pants.
I think, masks when you feel sick is not a bad idea. If you're ready to go out in public, you feel like you just have a cold. You can. Like, they can do what they were up to. I like that. Moving it around.
I mean, honestly, I haven't had much of an issue with the whole mask thing. I don't know. I liked wearing masks when I was a kid, like playing. I don't know. I've got a collection of some pretty weird ones. This is my first, face on mask. Kind of weirds me out. I saw it in the mirror in the bathroom. I was like, that is a little weird. Anyway, I told him, I was like, I'm a little embarrassed to wear it. I shouldn't be embarrassed to wear a Dabi mask. I mean, this is the appropriate forum to wear a Dabi mask. I got a home exercise kind of machine thing that I've been using quite regularly. I would imagine I will continue to do that. Ordered a new bike. I'm probably going to continue cooking.
Yeah.
Soft pants and soft clothes are great.
Yes, they are.
House pants.
House pants and hand snacks.
Exactly.
Hand snacks and ties.
Pants. What's a hand snack?
A hand snack is like, like a burrito, anything that you hold in your hand. Have nobody heard this expression, hand snack? Did I? Finger food?
Finger food.
Finger
Yeah.
food. Nobody's heard hand snack, seriously? Did I make this up? My father's a foreigner. Maybe this is why I have it. Maybe this came from Ernesto. Like, hand snacks, huh? Jason, want any hand snacks? Yeah, Dabi.
And they all end up in your hand eventually.
What's that?
They all end up in your hand eventually. It's a snack.
I mean, unless you need a knife and a fork for it, that would definitely not qualify as a hand snack.
See, my fiance is an Egyptian and he calls lunch snack. So he'd be like, do you want a snack? And I'm like, sure. I'm thinking he's gonna bust out some peanut butter and celery sticks or something. And
he's like,
he comes out with like a meal. I was like, whoa, you're making a snack. You're good. So it's a snack. Yeah.
But he has an excuse. He's from another country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with my dad.
Yeah.
It's not like Elizabeth and I arguing about a couple or a few. She's like, how many do you want? I'll say a couple, and she'll bring me 3 or something. I'm like, that is not a freaking couple. She's like, yes, it is. You're talking about things. I'm like, we're a couple. How many of us are there? She's like, it's different when it's an object. I'm like, that is not true.
It's not true.
What country's from Northern California? Is that another country? Maybe.
Yeah, she was free. I agree with you. I sided with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else? Yeah.
From My Hero? Who's your favorite character beside yourself from My Hero? Do you know the answer to this?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
See you. Adorable.
I like Toga a lot, actually. I like Shimada. As far as the heroes, I like how angry Bakugo is. but he is too loud. He's like the opposite of Dabi in terms of like loudness. But Shigaraki's story is pretty creepy. And creepy as hell. Anyway. Shigaraks, baby, Shigaraks. Go ahead. Are we allowed to use our lines while we're recording?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have to use our scripts while we're recording. They don't give them to us beforehand.
But are you allowed to read off of them?
Oh, you have to. I mean, I try to memorize the cues and stick them up, but yeah, you need that script in front of you. You literally, you do it cold, you know, you don't get the script beforehand. So, you know, all we're asking is to happen on the fly, and right then and there. So we got the video on one screen, and the script, or in my case, I got it all on one screen, divided into two. And as far as what our characters sound like, that's kind of a collaboration between you and the director. I mean, my first session with Colleen as Dabi, she's like, I'm thinking kind of like a cool, almost teen Clint Eastwood sort of thing. And I threw something out, and she's like, go a little bit lower. She's like, put a little more ass into it, okay? And I'm like, how about this? That's it. So,
Yeah, same thing. It's like, I looked at Toga and watched a little clip and did my version of it, and she kind of adjusted here and there. It was kind of like, you know, crazier here, cuter here, you know. So it's finding the balance between crazy and cute.
me
Like,
too.
that sounds psychotic and that's still lovable. Somehow, somewhere. And she was like, wow, really good thing psychotic. Oh, thank you.
You're like, I'm not acting. I mean, it does make it easy. You just pull from your real life.
True. Anyone else in this gloomy day?
You back. It's,
No, me, okay.
Yes.
What has been the hardest voices you've done so far out of any anime?
Does it have to be an anime?
And it can be anime or anything, just the hardest voices you've ever done.
In an anime, for me, the one that was the most taxing on my voice was probably Vermillion from Black Velvet, believe it or not. For whatever reason, that maintaining that high pitch in that range for, you know, a 4 or 5, 6 hour session, because I don't live in Dallas, so at the time I would drive up and do everything. You know, I do like an 8-hour day sometimes. And to do that voice for 8 hours in that accent, I mean, I leave with a pretty intense headache, and I have a raspy voice the next morning. For whatever reason, the stuff that you would think is more taxing, like jumping even, like this sort of thing that does not hurt me. I don't know what it is. Even the screaming within, I come out unfazed. It's bizarre. But fitting, I'm doing this little tiny thing like for hours and hours and hours, you know? And my son hates that whisper. He's like, would you stop that? What? What's wrong? And then as far as outside of anime, also in the realm of voice acting, the thing that hurt me the most, the quickest, was Bane from DC Universe Online. My very first session was maybe 45 minutes. What do I mean I'm down like this the whole time? You know, like it's just like I'm like this lucha libre wrestler on freaking Venom steroids.
Yeah.
And to sustain that and everything scream, nothing is, he's not suffering. But that, like, I left that session and somebody called me and I was like, 45 minutes and just wrecked, tasty blood, like, I mean, wrecked.
Mine is the hardest voice for me is actually Mavis from Fairy Tale. I know. It seems like it's so easy, but kind of like you, it's like, you have to live with her, and she talks all the time. And so it's like, let me explain everything. I have no breath after I say 5 words. Yeah, it's that. There's a lot of rolling in. It's like, just, I say part of the line, So she's real hard, and she's like right on my break as far as where I live. And then the second one is probably this character Neo from Ichigo, My Ordinary Life, because she just screams everything all the time, and the line count is insane. Runs fast. So yeah, those are the hard ones. But like you said, like totally you think it'd be hard. Like you start to draw her Cody from One Piece. You're just a boy. You just feel like this. You can do this all day. I don't know why. For whatever reason.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Elizabeth also does not like Penny.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not sexy. It's weird, right?
Oh, imagine being in this to my fiance too. Like, we're going to sleep and like, hey, mister, what are you doing? You guys. I was like, what? No, don't do that. Stop. He's got the Egyptian accent.
I need to try that. I need to try that.
Like you have the light completely out, so it's dark. You're like, I don't know if this supposed to be here.
But you was the little boy going like, oh, this hurt. What are you doing? That's pretty good.
Anyway.
Why are you touching me?
That's, yeah. I guess I understand your perspective. But thinking about you doing the Mavis voice, I've had voices like that too, where they're so breathy. And you do this, I don't know if you do this, but they want me to roll in, and I'm like, no, I got this. And I'm like literally doing,
Oh God, you just spit
and
it
holding
out.
it until my beeps come in, and I'm like, okay, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You do that too, right? You try to get it in.
Not with Mavis, I can't. If it's a peony character, then yeah, I can do that, especially if it's fast. But if it's breath, it's just
Your lungs only expand so far.
Exactly. True.
Good questions.
Yeah.
Good questions. You guys have great questions. I don't know if it's, the fact that I haven't answered a lot of questions in the last year. These questions are fantastic. The mundane truly exotic. Indeed. Oh, you got another one?
Yeah.
Let's do
go the
it.
opposite way. Which ones are your favorite so far?
Which
Which voices are your favorite so far?
I'd love to do my father. I get an opportunity to talk like this in anything. Like, I don't know, it's one of these weird ones that, because he's my dad, it affects my acting in a very specific way. Just because when you know someone that well, where, you know what I mean? Like a parent or someone who has raised you, it changes, like, even the way you move, like everything is, it's like him, but younger. He's truly exotic.
I love that. Favorite, probably the Fuyuki or Kobe, this one. I don't know why. And then Kobayashi, because it's basically just made a little bit more crunchy. That's the first voice I ever got to like actually drink coffee in the booth, and I loved it. It's so great. It's like I had to get crustier. It's so awesome. So that's what it's all crusty.
You're not supposed to drink coffee in the booth?
Nobody's supposed to drink that.
I drink tea. Iced tea.
Yeah, straight up coffee. Get that in there.
I mean, I have espresso before I do it.
Really? No.
It doesn't
Well,
seem to affect me.
it affects me. I have to have water, otherwise I'm just like, yeah.
What's going on in your phone?
Oh gosh, my mom got her hair done.
Sorry, not to be noisy. There's some pictures popped up real quick.
I was like, what is that? My mom. She got her hair done. I'm not clever. Oh, good. Yeah.
You have another question? Yes.
Least favorite villain, least favorite hero.
I'm not a big fan of Mr. Burns.
We're talking about in life.
No, I think it's a My Hero question. I'm still trying to figure the answer.
I don't like that one that turns into a hole. Which one is that? What's his name? April.
one with is it the belly button or what's going on with that? Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no.
Yes. Well, maybe that's not my least favorite, because that's pretty weird. It's truly bizarre, right?
I know how to spell his name, but I don't know how to
Ça pourrait être bizarre. Est-ce que tu parles français? Français? Oui, oui. Merci. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really answer that.
Your least favorite hero?
Oh, my least favorite hero is Endeavor. I mean, clearly. I almost don't even think he counts. Like, why does he get to be a hero? Like, not very heroic. Say that again? You know, I don't pay much attention to that, to be honest.
Like, why don't you? Hero.
This is not a popular opinion, but when I have watched that show, I'm just bored by the class romantics. And it's not just because I'm a villain. I just find that the drama is greatly increased. The stakes are so much higher. You get those dark warehouses where the villains are plotting. Like, it just suddenly becomes much more real to me. I don't really care who has a crush on Boo or like, no, we gotta go help this teacher out. Like, what am I gonna do? I just don't like. I'm like, all right, I'm a man in the 40s. Like, I don't care. Like, but I do want to know what the villains are up to, not just because I'm one, but because they're gonna do something big always. You know?
They're gonna twist stuff.
They are gonna twist it.
I vote Ocho off that. That's my monthly favorite. She's 40. Maybe it's her haircut.
What's her petition?
She's got that haircut that comes forward. And it's cute on everyone else, but she's not original.
Is it kind of a Jennifer Aniston thing?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was
It's like real pretentious, so we try too hard.
Yeah.
It's fine. We get it.
It's not the 90s anymore. Fine.
You want short hair, it's not short hair.
Right.
But you can't.
Right.
Get it.
Right.
She's gone. She's off my head.
Done. All right. They won't be on the show anymore.
Sorry, Lucy.
I'm gonna call them right up.
Right out. All the lines.
I guess we have never around until I kill them, right?
Any other questions?
That's not as weird. I don't know that that's. I hope it happens.
Shake your rocks.
My friend is really into One Piece because I got her into it, and I was wondering if you could do the Kobe voice and say "Hi, Cat."
Hi, cat.
Yeah, that's her name.
Hi, Cat. Where are you? I want to be a Marine and take you with me. It's okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That is a creepy voice. I don't know that
It's basically just feeding you a little bit.
We're intense. For no reason. Just scared. Oh my God, what?
That's not good. He has an accent too.
He is cute.
He is adorable.
He's a very cute man.
No.
William has a question.
What kind of music do you think your coach should be listening to?
You know, I've thought about that a lot. I've got a couple of tracks that remind me of Dabi, and one is that really old Ink Spot song, I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to be, I just want to start a flame in your heart. So there's that, and then there's Duality by Slipknot. So somewhere in the middle, like one's his like, all right, just take it easy, and the other one's like full, intense blue, flame goodness. You know what I mean? There's two.
That first one is added in like a little scotch and other fireplace.
You know, I have there's an artist who we mutually follow one another on Twitter. Birth is her name, BIRF. She exclusively draws Dabi stuff, and I think she's also got another account that is NSFW. And still Dabi. Anyway, but she posted something with that 8-spot song and him, and it's just him lying on a cot in his room, and it's raining outside. And it's just him, it's an animation of him breathing and relaxing, listening to that 8-spot song. And I was just like, this is the coolest thing. And it's a song that also, I don't know if you remember, I know you listen to some metal, yeah?
What?
You listen to some metal, yeah? William?
Listen to that. Oh, yeah.
That 8-spot song was also the intro to a Megadeth song at some point. Anyway, I digress.
Toga is just like K-pop.
Wow, nothing.
Yeah. But she's like the ultimate fangirl, right? She's like out of control. So I think she would be one of the BTS girls, like K-pop and like, you know, spinning around her one hearts. Boom, done.
Oh my gosh, this is like super intense.
Yes, it's great. 99.99%, y'all.
Wow. It smells like booze almost.
It does.
Everclear or something.
That is. It's jello shot right here.
Oh god. I bet that would hurt you.
Oh, right here, yes.
What would be your dream role to voice for in any type of, media? Something you haven't done yet that you wish you could do.
I want to be a princess. Seriously.
I want to be Deadpool. I mean, I guess I take Wolverine as a close second. And then maybe, a replicant in Blade Runner. And then after that, maybe Deckard, the Blade Runner. I've got more, I'm gonna stop.
Yes.
I'm sorry, a little louder. What if we switch what with the heroes? Quirks. Oh, quirks. What if? Indeed. I don't want it. I like my quirk. I think we haven't seen the full capacity, the full intensity of Dabi's quirk just yet. And I'm not convinced this is not a spoiler. This is just a personal theory. Disclaimer, this is just a personal theory. I know nothing about where the show is going to go or my characters are. However, there's a part of me that thinks that he's able to not be cremated himself by such intense hot flames because he also, somewhere in him, has the ice power. So I want to know what's up with him before I go switching quirks. I'm not just switching quirks willy-nilly. It's hard to say. I'm not just switching quirks willy-nilly. Go ahead, you try and say that. It's really weird.
Not just switching quirks willy-nilly.
You gotta hear it. It's not just switching quirks willy-nilly here.
Oh, you're right.
It is kind of weird. Thank you for that.
How are they talking animals?
Oh. So would you switch?
But I would have Toga switch? Oh, I don't know. Because the turning into other people, that's so cool. Like, that's like, I love pranks, so that would be my favorite.
You're like a shape-shifting vampire.
So cool. It's pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, we like our quirks. We'd like to keep them, please. Yes.
What's a hero that you think would be impossible for your character to be?
There is one.
No, it's mine just turn into somebody that would, feel comfortable around and she'd be like,
For cremation, it's like, unless they're absolutely fireproof, I just don't know what they would do,
Yeah, firepower and sandbag.
Right, that's true. However, I was burned by the intensity of my flames when I was coming up and learning how to deal with my power, right? And so, my quirk is cremation. His is fire and ice, correct? Well, that intensity, that level, I don't know. It may happen. We may see this something. Then again, we may just be like, brother. Where you been, man? What happened? Why did you stick up for me?
Sweet.
What about you? Who's gonna beat you? Who would it?
You know what it means? I'm too good. Switching to somebody that'll make me comfortable. And then like I stab.
Stab,
The
stab.
ultimate liar. What is it called? Line type. Line type.
One last question.
One
One last question.
Yes.
Oh. You got your hand up.
Okay, so my question for Leah. So we find out this is season 3, so this is like halfway back. That they actually took Minami and Suzuka for 3 days. Where do you think she kept her for 3 days?
Oh, that's not the basics.
I was thinking we got this old fridge that's just kind of, it doesn't work anymore. It's in the garage. The shelves aren't in it anymore. It's a,
Oh yeah, you can wear it.
put it there, put a bunch of rocks on top. Problem solved. Good questions. Good questions.
Thanks, guys. Yes.
We're going to end it there. Thank you everybody for coming. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it very much. Thanks for braving the storm and hanging out with us today.